What's up, everybody, and welcome to
The LittleBigKast.
We are 4 players searching for that elusive game-life balance. On today's show, the crew rocks man-buns, except for
me.
Drew,
Sorry.
and
You're
their
not a
buns
man.
not necessarily like
They're buns in
it's a
general.
gender-neutral bun
Yep.
that we rock today, and we explore the world of No Man's Sky. All this and more on episode 106 of the LittleBigKast. Welcome.
Okay, so I get there and apparently some guy had canceled his reservation like 10 minutes ago, and it was just all fate. So I got the game, but I just wasn't able to play it because it was as soon as you plug it in, it needs to download the patch.
Yeah,
so
there was a big patch.
that took about 30 minutes, and then
I can't believe Shopco didn't have it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I was surprised.
So,
I wonder if they didn't even order it. I wonder
that could have
if
been it.
It's either
They're
like,
kind of falling off the map.
kind
a
of
little bit.
just in Utah because they're popular. Like Rite Aid isn't very popular in Utah either.
True.
But everywhere else there's stuff.
So I bought my PlayStation 4 on the way home from
That's
CES.
Yeah, that's right.
At a Walmart in like Fillmore, Utah, a
It's
place
like
that has no
nowhere.
internet.
Yep.
They had like 12, and there were none other to be found
Anywhere
in Utah.
else?
That's right.
But I got back to Ogden, and I was like talking to my cousin who plays with everybody that participates in the LBK jamming stuff, Render. I'm like, you got to go pick up a PS4. This is awesome. Like the loading alone is worth the upgrade. Like the faster loading is worth it. And so I start calling around trying to find him something, and I was like, Shopko carries electronics. I'm gonna go check Shopko out. They had like 6 of them, and I was like, do you guys not? And here's what's funny: they didn't even have them out. They had them just in the back. Like they hadn't even put them out. And I was like, you get that this is like
Hard to
selling
find.
out everywhere. Like you guys aren't making money. You're not doing well. And the one thing you have that will definitely sell for $400 a pop, you have in a closet, and there's no ad. Like they didn't even have a little card out front that had the price. It was just like, if you're lucky, you'll ask the right person, and they'll direct you to the back door. It felt like a shady like drug dealing that I was going through.
Gosh, that's funny.
But yeah,
Got
my
your
brother
PS4s.
and my brother and my cousin both bought one from Shopko that day.
There you go. Yeah,
So-
that's usually the secret.
So you haven't played?
No, I
still haven't
played.
played.
I played about 5 minutes into
Okay.
the beginning, and it was like how to make the decision between to pick or to not pick Atlas, and I went to not. I didn't
wanted free
go
explore?
with him.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I did some reading later that night, and I probably shouldn't have done that. So,
Oh dear.
so
I didn't even
I'll
think
probably
I feel
start
like
that
this is
game.
going to be one of those games that's really hard for you.
that's
with
why
decisions.
I kind of sort of didn't want to pick it up. But what I've played kind of reminds me of Minecraft. I started mining some stuff, but that's really as far as I got. I want to know what were your guys' like first planets like later. Maybe this can be our topic.
Should we just have topic? Like I'll just finish
Later.
up. I'll
Sure.
do
But-
my week and then.
yeah. So go ahead, Drew.
What have I done for this week? I forgot. Did I
No
go anywhere?
Disneyland,
Did I do anything?
no
I didn't.
work.
I didn't road trip anywhere. I didn't do any of the jobs I'm supposed to be doing. No, I nothing. I don't remember
That's
if I've
nice.
done anything. That was my week.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Kept the kids alive. I did work the last couple of days, like nose down, working, making videos and training stuff for VidPresso. But that was about it. I think game wise, it's all been watching Olympics, and we started out talking kind of about Olympics,
Sweet.
but that was where I spent most of my night hours. But that was about it. And then I have played probably an hour and a half, maybe, of No Man's Sky, I think. And I held off for an extra day. And I'll in our chat, I'll tell you, in our topic, I'll tell you what convinced me.
And I'm hoping that the topic will convince me to pick it up because I haven't picked it up yet. I'm like
We'll see.
afraid of picking it up.
We'll see.
I'm genuinely like, I feel like what will end up happening is that I'll love it, and I won't have any time to dedicate to. Like I haven't played a video game in 2 weeks.
Oh, ouch.
And the week before the 2 weeks, like I was at camp for a week.
Oh man.
So it's been really like I haven't sat down and like played more than an hour of games in like 3 weeks, maybe more than that. So I'm hoping that you guys can convince me that it's worth chunking out, like waking up a little early and spending some time. That's what I'm hoping.
Thanks for the follow. Yellowy just jumped in and followed us.
Oh, cool. What's up, dude?
Hey.
Please excuse the the room that we're recording.
Yeah,
in.
we're
This
chill.
is a great room.
It's the temp
I'm not
No,
trying
it's the
to.
temp room.
I'm not trying to disparage Drew's house. This is an awesome room. This is not the norm. Our normal podcasting studio is under construction.
Yep,
So
yep.
if you're in the chat for the first time, we would ask that you bear with us.
And also
it
we usually
is
don't
very
have
hot in
top
here.
knots.
Yeah, we usually don't have top knots, and
Yeah,
and the lights are making me very sweaty.
Yay.
If my forehead is shiny, that is why.
Yeah, in about I don't know how fast I'll get that thing put together, but we will have new digs in about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Excitement.
Robin, what about you?
Still fighting the lovely headache.
Ooh.
The struggle's real.
It's a tumor.
But the only good part about that was not being able to sleep meant that I could play No Man's Sky.
Yay.
So I'm just kind of
look on the bright side.
yeah, I'm really trying to do the whole silver lining aspect of life. It's just like, there's something good here. There is. Yes, went to a show, discovered the joy of earplugs.
Yeah.
Never
Not just a show. You went to
Slipknot and Marilyn Manson.
Slipknot Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson?
I didn't know he was allowed in Utah.
Yeah. He's like, there's probably somebody protesting this.
There probably wasn't. That's what's funny. It's like
I didn't even know he came.
He's like past tense shock rock.
Yes.
There's no shock left.
Oh,
That's fair.
I kind of
Yeah.
feel like
Very lackluster performance, I can tell you that much.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Slipknot's always been kind of performance based. Like,
They put on a
show-wise. It
show.
was good?
They put on a show. The man has a broken neck and he still put on a show.
wow,
All right.
that is hardcore.
So Manson, I mean, compared to Guar from Shock for like shock rock value.
he used to be
Yeah.
like he used to be
He
like
used to
Yeah.
be real.
yeah.
At least that was the rumors you heard, right? Like,
You did hear a lot of rumors.
is he actually drinking goat blood on stage, or
That was
is he
Ozzy Osbourne.
dyeing water red and drinking
Is
it
it just
and calling
wine?
it goat
Is it
blood?
just boxed wine?
I remember. You know what's hilarious? I watched Wayne's World with Peach last week. for
Oh,
the first
really?
time. You know that
Nice.
part with
You had
Alice
never
Cooper?
seen it?
I've seen it. She was her
Okay.
first. It was her first.
Okay.
But it was hilarious to watch Alice Cooper and be like, that used to be like crazy, like
I
evil
know.
crazy.
Or Ozzy, like
right?
Yeah.
And then I watched
Yeah.
it. And
I'm
it's
just like, oh, that's fresh.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what
Aw.
it is. So I'm telling you,
You-
how
you
Slipknot, are
listen
they
to-
fresh? Or they were like real show?
Yeah, they performed hard. I was very surprised because they've been around for 17 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
I feel really old
Yes,
now.
you should.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, they said their age.
Yeah, so I was on that note. Here's a fun little tidbit.
Story time.
Over the last, I've been part of the reason that I was gone 2 weeks ago, and really even last week, was that I did this like big scout camp thing for
Right.
the group was like from 14 to 18 years old. Went out in the mountains. They had to survive kind of in the wilderness, whatever. On the drive back, they were
movie.
like, "Hey, we want to listen to something like that you grew up with."
Oh wow.
And I was like, well, so like what? And they're like, we want to listen to something hardcore. And I was like, all right. So
what did you choose? I'm curious.
I turned on Know Your Enemy by Rage Against the Machine.
Rage. Okay, yeah.
And
That's good. That's a good choice, actually. That's
That
really
is.
solid.
so I showed them a little bit of Rage. We played a little bit of Cake. I jumped around quite a bit. And yesterday we had another activity. We went and tubed the Weber River.
Oh, fun.
And so we're driving up, and one of the guys is like, he's 16, and he's like, hey, have you ever heard of the song Bomb Track by Rage Against the Machine? And I was like, child, do not come into my car and assume that you know anything about Rage Against the Machine. You are a child. Like I was,
You were a baby when Zach was
I was
there
like,
yelling.
don't you dare,
That's
don't you
hilarious.
dare come and assume that you can teach me something about Rage Against the Machine. I was freaking livid. I was like,
That's funny.
it was like the weirdest, like, I'm
Visceral
an old
reaction.
man. I'm an old man, but I've
Get
got
out
like
of my
this.
car, get off my lawn.
I've still got my 14-year-old angsty rage buried deep down within me, and I'm like, don't you dare tell me about Rage Against the Machine. I am Rage Against the Machine. It was bizarre.
That's really
I haven't
funny.
played a lot of games. The only gaming that I've done in the last 3 weeks is our normal Destiny raid group got together to try and finally beat Oryx on hard mode. We've never done it. Every time we've done it, there have been glitching issues, and we'll spend like 4 hours and get to the end,
What a pain.
and it glitches 3 or 4 times, and we just quit. Like, we just can't handle it. This time we beat it in like 5 tries, and it was relatively easy. It was smooth.
Nice.
That has been the only gaming that we've been doing. Zach De La Roche must be 50 years old by now. That's
yeah, right.
Probably true.
He was probably like 30 when he was screaming.
Dude, Tom Morello is still killing it though. Have you listened to his new band, Prophets of Rage? It's like this new group that he's created. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's this new like political group that he's created. It's good. I mean, it's Tom Morello. Like, it's hard to argue with Tom Morello. He's amazing. But he's
still
he's getting old, but he's got it. Like, he's Tom Morello.
And I love the fact that that's all you can say. I mean, that's
yeah. I don't know what else to say about it.
Look at this dog. She just sits there.
Yep.
I'm trying to use my hand to type, and
nope, you don't need it.
It's the weirdest dog. She's cute, but she's freaking tiny.
She just lays on my arm. Was that all of our weeks?
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna hit news real hard, real quick.
Hoorah!
Yeah.
News time. Of course, starting off with No Man's Sky. 2 newses from No Man's Sky. Number 1, it's that time. No Man's Sky got out in the world, and what was really cool was Sean Murray sent a message with a lot of the review copies. A really nice, like, heartfelt, like, message. And so I think I have some of it here. Yeah, so some of his message said, again, this is going out to reviewers, like critics, people whose job it is to be like,
to be mean.
I will tell the world what I think of what you did. Especially No Man's Sky, because it's had so much hype.
Right.
And I'm not sure, like, especially as an indie developer.
Unprecedented
had
levels
3
of hype.
years of hype.
Right. And 3 developers. Like, it's a 3-man team, isn't it?
It's a pretty small team. It's a really small team. But the question, like, the hype comes from uniqueness of the game, uniqueness of the play style, and, like, there's a lot of reason for the hype. So here's what he sent out to critics. A note that says, "You're about to play No Man's Sky, and I don't know what you'll think. I know I'm proud of it. I'm incredibly proud of a tiny team that is making a game at a scale that's never been done before. I know I've watched playtesters get totally consumed in our universe, but I've also seen people feel lost. Thank you so much for taking the time to play. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy." I think there was a little bit more to it than that, but it felt good, I think, to kind of see a developer put himself out on, it just says, this is, you may love it, you may hate it. I've seen both reactions. Give it a fair shake.
And I feel like what's nice about Sean's whole approach to this and the way that Sony invested the money in the marketing. Sony didn't put any money into development. From what I understand, it's all like Sony paid for their marketing, and they marketed the shiz out of this game.
Man,
like,
it
has been. I mean, the hype train has been real, right?
Yeah,
it's been very real.
New wallpaper on my phone that's No Man's Sky wallpaper.
Yeah, they look awesome.
I bought in.
But I feel like Sean, in a way that I haven't seen developers, Sean has been like humble and like
personable, like a real man,
a human being.
Also for the fact that we're referring to him with his first name,
right?
And hey, Sean! Sean set up the snow.
Yeah. Right, and I can't help but compare him to some of the reactions of like the Destiny devs when people have been critical of Destiny, and they've kind of like put shields up and like have been like, "Don't you dare!" and like they've put these walls up, and I feel like he's coming out like he's actually being like really vulnerable, right? And being like, "Listen, we've put so much time into this." I kind of felt like this message to reviewers specifically was like, all I ask is like that you give it a fair shake, like. Take the time to familiarize yourself before you review this, because we've put so much of ourselves into it. And I think that takes serious cojones to say something like that and to ask someone, hey, we get that it might not be perfect even, but like we love what we've done. We're proud of what we've done. We hope you are cognizant that real people built this. And I think that's cool. I wish more people were like that.
Yeah, and I don't know if that comes from him being, I mean, he's humble, but maybe there's also like a solid confidence there that just says,
"There you go."
If you'll give it a shake, you'll like it.
I think you'll like it, or even just I put my heart and soul in it. I know I did my best work.
Yeah,
and I think I don't know, just from a
like
psychology perspective,
pride
it feels like
comes from knowing you've done everything you can.
Yeah, and it's not a cocky pride like covering up faults. Like a lot of pride will come from people just not satisfied with their own performance, and so it becomes a defensive. But I thought it was so heartfelt, wonderful. Another piece of news there, and this is interesting. But Kotaku has an article where they say No Man's Sky fans long wondered whether it'd be possible to see other players if they were on the same planet, and the answer appears is no. Now, back in a 2014 interview, Sean Murray made it seem as if players might run into one another while traveling, but he has since, of course, discouraged people from focusing on the multiplayer, and we've seen that in numerous interviews where he's just kind of been like, it's improbable. I'm not going to say it won't happen. It's improbable that you'd ever find somebody.
Day up.
But two friends did notice that they were on the same planet. They got on Twitch, tried to meet up in the same place on the planet, but they could not see each other.
So there's an update to the story.
Okay,
so Sean Murray.
So he has
Sean Murray hopped onto Twitter to kind of clarify what happened.
And I think I know. So yeah, I'd like to
so
see if I'm right.
I'm just gonna walk you through. There's like 5 tweets. 2 players finding each other on stream in their first day. That has blown my mind. We've added a scan for other players in the galactic map to try and encourage this happening. We wanted it to happen, but first day ? We want people to be aware they are in a shared universe. We added online features and some Easter eggs to create cool moments. We hope to see those happening, but too many of you are playing right now. More than we could have predicted. It's a testament to how amazing our network coders are that discoveries are working at all. So like as much hype as there was, it looks like they just are dealing with way more users than their program can then their 18 quintillion planet coding math problems. There's just too many people in dancing around those math problems.
Right, you've got to sync that up on the cloud and sync it back down. And,
yep.
That's been
so it'll be interesting to see how that changes over the next month and over the next 2 and 3 and 4 months as that initial wave of users drops and you have a more steady kind of ebb and flow of users. Whether or not people meeting up happens more often.
That's what, or even like right now, I'm wondering how long it'll take before I run into a planet or something that has been named or claimed by somebody else.
Right.
Because everything is like, this is new and this is new and this is new, and I just wonder, will it be weeks of me like hyper driving to the next place? When's that going to come? A couple of other quick newses, and then we'll go back to No Man's Sky and our experiences with it. PlayStation Neo reveal, we assume. Early today, French site Gameblog, of course, reported on a rumor that Sony is going to show off the updated PlayStation 4, the Neo. Or as I like to say, the PS, was it 4.5? Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
The PS4.5?
The PS4K.
4K.
I like that.
That's what we liked. The PS4K is what we liked better than Neo. But they say they have an event in New York September 7th. It was followed up by a report from Vice Gaming, which confirmed they have the same details. Basically, the system's intended to... for enthusiast gamers, all games will still run on the classic PS4, but this is supposed to be like bump up in specs for people who want to do extra VR and extra gaming. They said that VR will still work on the normal PS4, and we've covered that before, but the event they think that's going to get revealed at is New York, September 7th, which is about a month away.
You know what's going to really suck is if they do a reveal for like a new color of PlayStation.
Like it's no big deal. It's just like
that's
it's
what
like the
I've
Xbox
version.
white version that they just did. Like if that's all it is, that'd be lame.
Like, whoa! It's like no, we really worked very hard on this. That's what I always get like twisted up for.
What if
like
they created
E3?
this just to say No Man's Sky is also VR?
Oh, a whole new event in a month. It just says you.
Because it's
really close to the VR
They're
launch.
They're probably going to launch Neo with this, right? Like that's probably what it is. But isn't the timing kind of weird? Like the PlayStation Experience is in December, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that when they do the PlayStation Experience every year? I don't if you're.
This is a little
why
early.
would you do a separate reveal for September and not just do it? Why not just do it at E3 unless it's not as powerful as the Xbox One Plus or whatever the frig it's called.
Well, unless the other thought would be that they do this September reveal to basically go, hey, here's Neo, here's what it can do, and then come to PlayStation Experience, our developers will have things for you to play with, right? So maybe there's the push in PlayStation Experience will be come play and touch the games that have been built on Neo.
And I'll say this to Sony's approach to marketing this life cycle. They really have gone like all in.
Yes.
And so while the Jeff in me that like works at a startup and understands like that every dollar counts, like that is not Sony. Like
right.
And Sony has dumped a shitload of money into promoting, pushing, marketing the PlayStation ecosystem because frankly it's their most successful like fractal of their business right now, right?
Right.
And so That makes sense. That they would come out and be like, here it is. We're going to do a quick thing for all you guys for news. We want you guys to have something cool to take home, to talk about. We want to start building hype.
Yep.
We'll see you in December. Or maybe it's even, the, what do they call the Xbox One S? Is that the new one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Because it was the iPhone thing that sounded weird. But like, that is not launching until 2017, right?
Maybe
what would be cool is if they came and were able to jump the gun and get it out a little bit earlier. I don't know.
Maybe, because then you've got that whole
what would be crazy is if they were like, we're launching, like what if they came out and were like, we're launching Black Friday?
Oh, wow. Everybody comes
Boom.
That'd
be crazy. That'd be dope.
All of the
that would be the
plasma donation
dopeness.
centers would have way too much.
I'd start up. I wonder on...
That's a lot of hardware, though, too, to think about that, because you got VR launching so close.
VR is really close.
That'd be a lot of hardware to expect people to be picking up.
What if there was... No, this is dreaming, but what if the invite was like, everybody with PS4, here's an upgrade kit. It's only $150 and you can have the high...
No,
But
see,
you
they
know,
if you
want
could pull out
some
like a
money.
GPU and like plug in a new one and it's
stick in a whole new motherboard and go for
Are
it.
your guys' PlayStation 4 still working?
Oh,
'Cause
totally
I'm pretty,
solid.
Mine's like
Is it fine? Is
Mine's
It's
fine?
on
like-
the fritz?
probably,
Oh, no.
and I'm pretty mad about it.
Isn't yours the
so-
Destiny white one?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it sucks.
Have
'cause
you
it spits
gone
out
past-
discs still?
Still spitting.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Yep. So like when I bought No Man's Sky, I was almost hesitant by the disc because I was like, what if it ejects when I'm in the middle of some crazy stuff?
That's
crazy.
But yet you
So
still...
it's good to know that your guys is, and I
Mine's
don't know.
fine.
I just feel like it works too hard when it shouldn't have to work as hard. I
Just-
can hear it. I can hear it buzzing.
Okay, I
I'm like,
I
you're
do make mine
loading.
buzz. I make mine buzz a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my fan has started getting loud.
Yeah.
But-
okay.
Yeah. So
But
we'll
it's
see.
also been
See what
4
happens.
years? How many? 3 years?
3
That's
4,
fine.
yeah, because I was about a half a year after
3
you, I
years.
think.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's fun. I'll wrap up the news and then we'll go back to No Man's Sky. Hey, Winter Clown, good to see you. Freak Off Felice, yes, it is Man Bun Week. I don't know if you can see,
It
but
is.
we got samurai
We
buns.
all have man buns.
all like, and
but
I got a
mine's the
haircut today. I
smallest.
Ours
forgot
are
to
just
mention
buns.
Yeah,
this.
you can't like.
I had my first like
I do
barbershop
hate.
bun.
I do really hate the phrase "man bun."
Do you?
Because it's a bun.
Like,
What do you freaking do?
Because of the bun,
Who-
the bun part.
there's just something like I almost feel like it's derogatory.
I hear I have nice
when
buns
people
all
are
the
like,
time.
hey, man bun. I'm
Oh,
like,
you poor thing.
You're not
We have
confident in your man bun?
boobs.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
those are positives. Like having someone be like, hey, man bun. Like the people don't walk around and be like, what's up, boobs? Right? That's
no,
not a
it's
thing.
not the same. Not the
I
same.
don't think that's a thing.
Sometimes.
No, I did. Winter Clown. I didn't get the man bun memo, but I did get a haircut today from International Male Model down at
Ah.
first time I've ever been at a barber shop. I usually just go to like a Great
It's
Clips.
nice, huh? They
It
use
was
the
really
razor
nice.
blade.
I've never been
Make you feel like an
neck,
adult?
neck razor bladed with the pasty.
You feel like an adult man.
Yeah, it was
The
wild.
pasty
I also
paste.
told him I was like, this is the first time that a student has ever had a razor blade this close to my neck. He's like, I'm glad to hear that. I feel
Did he
comfortable.
laugh?
Yeah.
He has
It was
quite the
hilarious.
laugh.
He laughed through the whole thing. It was awesome. All right, so that, my friends, is all we have for the news.
I just like the massage
Nice.
that you get.
Get
Oh,
reputed.
yeah.
I'm just like,
See, that's-
Lather it up.
Lean
That's-
over the
That's the
sink.
worst part of getting your hair cut at a barber. Like
They
at a
don't
barber, you
over
feel
your
like a man because they just like it's like
It's business.
it's hardcore.
Sit
They
down
like
and-
lather you up,
Yeah.
they razor blade your neck,
Yeah.
and it's good, and you're like,
Spray
yeah,
you with
this
the
is what men-
aftershave
This is
back
what
there.
men do.
Oh.
They like, splash it on your neck, and it kind of burns a little bit, and you're like, I'm a man, and then you leave. But then you always leave, and you're like, I could have gone and got my head washed,
yeah,
my head
actually.
rub. Could have gone and got a head rub from a
I
woman.
do, yeah. That's a
And
good
instead, I had a teenage man cut my hair. Like,
point. International Male
man.
Model makes it all worth it. And he
that
laughs through the
might
whole
make it
thing.
worse.
Did you keep his shirt on?
Yes, yeah.
He's like, oh, it's Drew. Shirt's coming off.
He wore a glove on
He, like,
one hand
Taylor
like Michael
Lautner
Jackson
thing.
for me. So it
He
was like
would.
he said he ripped it up on the road because he was running yesterday and he fell, and so it's all road rash. So had like this perfectly black. I think it was
like a Michael Jackson
vinyl,
glove?
but it looked like Michael Jackson.
It's like a leather glove.
Yeah, it
that
looked leather to me, but he was just like
he like spit
Keep one
shines.
hand
one
soft.
hand. It was awesome. He was awesome. Shout out.
Cool.
All right, releases.
New releases.
All right. New releases. What day is it? The 10th?
The
August
10th.
10th.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, schnack. It's my dad's birthday.
Dun
Oh.
dun dun.
I need to
Remember
call
how
him.
you were the best grandchild ever?
I've
Yeah.
talked to
Best
him.
kid ever.
I've talked to him twice today and didn't tell him happy birthday.
Oh.
And my computer
Tell-
just
tell-
restarted.
tell him
Maybe he
that-
forgot.
Just tell him that it was a surprise.
Love him.
Yeah,
I
he
wanted
was
you.
saying
I
that.
wanted you to think that I forgot.
Surprise.
Nice, good thinking.
I'm a dad. All right, so we have for the August 10th, Archive Soldier Girl, Amazon. Soldier Girl, Amazon. All right.
Soldier Girl.
I never played.
Blade Ballet.
That sounds fancy.
Brutal, Caladrius Blaze. Emily Wants to Play, Indigo Prophecy, that's from the PS2, No Man's Sky, and Ollie Ollie Epic Combo Edition.
Those last three are actually pretty good games.
Ollie Ollie's really good.
Ollie Ollie would be cool. Indigo Prophecy still has a pretty solid following, right?
Yeah, I think that they were very smart to not try and release a whole bunch.
Right.
Aside No Man's Sky.
Next to the hype train.
That's what happens when
I almost
PS4
thought
or the PlayStation ecosystem handles your marketing.
Exactly.
Nobody
they know
else
how
plays
to
that
position
game.
it.
I thought
Oh,
Emily
and
Wants to Play.
Remember they delayed it?
Yeah,
They delayed it to now.
That's right. No, I thought Emily Wants to Play was going to be like a nice little fun kid game.
Oh, please.
No, it's like creepy Emily.
I figured it was like, because whenever you have like something, it's like Mama.
Emily
or
wants
like
to play.
The Orphan. Or like Child's Play. It's like anything with a kid in it, it's going to be a horror game.
Anything anything that in the title like points towards a child.
Oh, yeah,
You
it's
know,
over.
Creepy.
Yeah, count on it being a little scarier than it should be.
It's got clowns.
Hey, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Blair Witch Project? How do you remake? There's a new remake for the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird when they remake a show that was made within your lifetime?
Yeah, right.
Or like
it's
all
not
of them?
time
Since
yet.
a teenager. Like,
It's not time
this-
yet. I was in
I was-
college when I watched it.
I was a teenager when it came out.
I know. I'm old.
Like 16, 17. That's crazy to me that you have remakes that are like.
I'm like the generation that they're taking all the 2D cartoons that were cool,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now they're making them real life. That's the generation I'm in.
Yeah.
Which
Cinderella, Tarzan,
That's
true.
all
Yeah,
that
that's
Jungle
true.
Book.
Yeah.
Alice
The
in
Cinderella.
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Daughter. It was good.
That's fair. Yeah, like
That's
they're not. Some of them are good. Some of them are okay, but it's just like that's just where I'm at. And a little bit of remakes, but a lot of the originals I saw when I was younger, but they didn't come out. So
I don't know. As long as
Ghost
Michael
Ghostbusters
Bay
and stuff.
doesn't touch any of the remakes, the things that I like, I'm fine.
Well,
It's
he
gonna
touched
happen.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
you know what he
I
did? He
just-
bent him over.
This week I found a subreddit called Michael Bay GIFs, and all they do is take GIFs from the internet and turn it into like a Michael Bay movie. So like
that's so
it has
good.
this kid like running towards his dad, and the dad comes out of nowhere and hits him with one of those big old blow up exercise balls, and then he explodes out the window and is like it's a scene from the Avengers, and it's the kid flying across the sky and then exploding. It's
Michael Bay.
freaking
That's
awesome.
pretty great.
That's
It's a good subreddit.
That
But
is
you
funny.
guys all saw Suicide Squad too, right?
I have
I
not
never got to
yet.
it. I never got to it.
Okay.
You did.
Okay.
I went there, I sat in the theater, and Claire was like, I don't really want to watch this, so we went and ate dessert instead.
Aww.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I know that people are going to hate me for it. I didn't hate it.
I
And
like that you
that's-
didn't hate it.
And that's coming from me, who is hypercritical.
Did it make Scott
No, he
lose
was
his mind, though?
he was like, I don't hate it. Do you hate it? No, I don't hate it. What's wrong with us?
Everyone else
Are you
hates it.
okay?
Yeah, the pacing's weird. It does feel like there's two stories squished together, but I didn't hate it. I'm gonna go with that.
That's good. That's
And Glenn liked
safe.
it.
Yeah.
Glenn actually liked it.
Yeah, no, they got Harley Quinn. They got her perfect.
So here's
That's cool.
I mean, this isn't our topic, but my concern is, I think DC, for whatever reason, has just not capitalized on great characters the way that they should have.
No.
Like, the good thing about DC characters is that they have like, and Christopher Nolan nailed this, right? Like, the gritty realism of a DC character is what makes them believable and likable. Is that they're so gnarly that you can't help but like root for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like Batman v Superman was not a great film.
No.
Like, it was not well done. It was barely entertaining to me. And I'm genuinely afraid to watch Suicide Squad. I really want to, and I was bummed out that we left, to be honest. But like,
I don't hate it.
You and I can
I-
go, right? She don't want to go. You and I, we can go. We can go.
Boom.
yeah, let's do it.
Because I don't know. I think
Tuesday movies.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's there's a level at which it makes sense, and yeah, they put a lot of time into it, and the story may not be all that they hyped it up to be. Or
I just
or
want it
that-
to be entertaining.
You just have to be
That's all you need.
understanding. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
it.
I feel
Keep
like it
that
is with
idea.
movies. It's just
Mhm.
like you can only do so much with a movie, and like comparing it to a graphic
Exactly.
novel is so foolish because like
Like Watchmen. Watchmen's a great example. The Watchmen movie. I thought the
yes.
Watchmen movie was great. But if you were comparing the movie and the books and like you were a hardcore graphic novel,
you're an idiot.
like
Right.
grounded hardcore in the
They
graphic
changed
novel,
the
and you were not
Willing
able to
accept. Yeah.
branch out beyond that
Right.
like
It's like,
framework.
for a movie audience, it worked.
Well,
That's
and
exactly what they
it was
needed.
Zack Snyder that directed it, right? I watched an interview with him where he was like, "Listen, like you can't capture the graphic novel in film perfectly. You're never going to." And so we wanted something that paid homage to it, that tipped our hat to it, that came as close as we felt like we could from like an integrity standpoint, but didn't like overextend and fail, right? And I'm like, that should be okay. That should be enough. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Good thoughts. Solid thoughts.
So,
Okay, let's talk.
yeah.
Let's talk our game. So I got about an hour and a half into No Man's Sky. You've got 5 minutes.
Yep.
You played all night.
I played, I think, a total of maybe 3 to 4 hours with everything put together.
So, did you go to a space station? Have you bought new ships, new guns? Like,
I have gotten a new multi-tool.
you have a new? Is it green?
No, it's silver.
Oh.
It's lovely. But it was weird because like suddenly I am crash landed on this planet and I have to get things and my inventory is like this freaking big.
Wait, this is not the beginning of the game. This is like later on. You crashed again.
No.
No, this is
like,
the beginning when you started.
This is the beginning when you
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
And
It
it's
is. It is like this big.
Here,
It's true. It's
here,
true.
let's.
I was worried that it was gonna like be
It's
worse.
like, and now things go even farther down the wormhole. But like for me, I am absolutely a hoarder. I get anxiety when I can't.
Yeah, inventory full.
When I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna collect this, and like, you need to remove this if you want to get this essential item.
Yes.
And I'm like, but what if I need this? What if I need this later? And so it stresses me out.
I can see,
But
I can see that.
but then you like go frolic with the animals. You can feed the animals.
How do you do this?
You can feed the animals. You walk up to them and then you figure out how to interact with them. It's, you hit square
to interact
with them, and then it says, "Oh, you need 20 carbon or you need 20 iron," and you just like feed them something, and they'll go dig up little things.
What?
And they find things for you.
I did not know this.
The little-
I just been saying
the little-
like staying clear from them because I didn't want like anybody to think that I was gonna hurt them.
I was like, do I kill it? Do I leave it? Do I kill it? Do I leave it?
Like if it said
Yeah.
it was grazing or if it was amenable, I just let them be. But you get up to them and interact with them. I didn't
Yep.
even try that.
Yep, I just
Didn't even
like
try.
poke.
I'm not even afraid. I will just poke you. So I got a new multi-tool. I talked to Atlas. No, I don't know Atlas. I found
The orb.
the orb. I chose Atlas in the beginning just because I thought that was like tutorial. Like it was like your choice. Do you
We're
want
gonna
Atlas
teach
to
you how
help
to
you
play.
to teach you how to play, or do you want to just go do things? And I thought, well, it'd be nice to have somebody to whisper in my ear what to do. So I chose Atlas.
What did you do?
I don't even remember.
Very first, like
Okay.
almost very
Let's
beginning.
let's remember that I've been playing with like the shades of a migraine.
Fair.
So like
So I'm not sure.
like 4 pills deep.
Yeah.
So,
Have you been introduced to characters?
I've met 2 aliens.
Okay.
Do the
I don't know if
aliens
I call
like talk to you? Like so
yes,
there is
but you have
story.
to learn their language.
So
There's little knowledge
every
pillars.
planet or star
Huh.
system is set with it. So what's your alien area?
Right now I've been to 2 of them. It's it sounds a lot like Viking.
Viking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Vi''Keen. That's where I
Huh.
started.
And then
On
like
one of 'em I
each
started twice.
single word like knowledge, isotope, something like
You find things out in the planet that are like these like markers.
Mhm.
You interact with them and it says you learned a new word. So then when you go find an alien to talk to,
you can kind of pick out.
it shows you like the gibberish like and then there's a word in there that you have learned, and then there will be questions that you can answer or not answer.
So it's
Yeah.
part of the trophies then for this game that like you learn
You
every
learn
language?
the language. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Like you have to learn just
I got a
one
trophy
full
for
language?
no.
or-
I got a trophy for learning 5 words, I think, or 10 words
Yeah.
or something. Like,
I have
I'm not,
like
you know,
It's probably a
unlocked or whatever.
secret trophy.
I feel like this is a
A lot of
game that will
achievements.
like bury Rachel.
Yeah.
Like
There are
that's
a
why
lot
I've
of
been
the
nervous about it.
completionist
So
in Rachel's
much.
gonna be like, what if I just drilled to the bottom of this planet? And you're just
Yeah.
gonna be like,
No,
and you're
I'd
just
take
gonna
me all
like
day,
prop your
forever.
controller up on like a ledge so that it's pushing down,
Tape
and
it
you're just
down,
like,
baby.
"Mwah," and then eventually you're gonna have like a hole through your entire planet.
It's possible.
I like
It's
that.
possible.
I like-
It's the America way.
I like.
But we'll see. I'm not too far. But I didn't choose.
You did choose
Atlas.
Atlas. I think
I should have.
Well, I read a little bit that said that if you choose Atlas, which then eventually after you've hyperdrive or done something up in space a couple of times, you get a beacon call from somebody that then sends you over to you meet somewhere in the Atlas world, and he teaches you how to make an Atlas card, which gets you into different doors.
Well, see, what I've learned is
and
that...
I've found a lot of locked doors.
Because screw that card access.
Do you just...
all I have to say about that.
Do you just hack it all, or have you
No, I'm just angry.
You're just angry that they're there?
I am angry that there is a card access.
Yeah.
I want to open the freaking chest.
That's fair. So you gotta pick Atlas.
You don't... I don't know how you do
way.
it if you don't. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I was gonna say, because I did not pick Atlas, and I think from what I've read is that Atlas is the main storyline. So if you don't want to participate in the storyline, you turn it down.
Are you going to go back and start it over then?
That's what it is. I think so. So if you don't want to complete the storyline, you just go and roam free. But like if you do, that's why I asked you about introduced characters, because if you do know Atlas, you apparently learn about different characters and different people. And I can't open those chests. I didn't play long enough, but I won't.
There's only one. I mean, it's only one, and then there's a couple of doors in the space stations that just say you need an Atlas key. And what I love about it is like you have to find upgrades. Like it's not like you have this manual of things that you can build. Like this is how you craft things.
Right.
You have to go find somebody that's kind of like Witcher. Like you have to get the diagram before you can build the armor.
Okay.
So you have to go find somebody or something, and there are down spaceships and ruins and things all over the planet that you can check out, interact with, grab a new like device or an upgrade for your multi-tool and that kind of thing. So I have certainly enjoyed that. That's been kind of fun. The Atlas card is one of those things that you eventually will learn, I guess. Did you just take out your notes all?
Yeah.
I've never seen it out before. It's just weird.
So X, our own Ziliad in our Destiny group. So he's like the local encyclopedia for games when he starts playing. Like I mean, you guys I think have left the Destiny chat by now, right?
Oh, it's just muted. I check in every once in a while.
Sometimes I'll read the hundreds and hundreds.
It is
no, I never go that far. I never go back to read hundreds. You guys are active.
Ziliad is the dude's intense. Like he is an encyclopedia. If he's into a game, he knows everything about it. So he did write a couple things that are interesting and are worth, I think, bringing up briefly. So he says, so much to understand about this game. Its scope is almost overwhelming, and for a completionist, it will be hell, especially for trophy hunters. Also, it seems that the path of Atlas is the easy mode that may have consequences. A lot of things people are doing in Atlas mode haven't even happened for me, and it has helped them a lot while I'm struggling to mine, earn money, and get good gear. I find I'm doing it as a free explorer. I declined the Atlas path. And then he says, oh my, upgrading things like the multi-tool, pay attention to slot arrangements. He says, I didn't know this and I feel like an idiot. So he has a link, and I'll share the link we'll share the link in our post.
Yeah, sure.
But he says basically your slot arrangements dictate the way that you can upgrade something. And so he said that he's like, I didn't know this and now I feel like an idiot. I will be dismantling all of my upgrades now. This like also applies to your ship and suit.
The order they go in, or the slots? Because your slots just show up as like box. I
don't know. He just says this applies to your ship and suit.
No, I want to know.
He says, so when you have an upgrade to a technology such as a grenade mod or a grenade function, if you place them in the adjoining square, they synergize.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
synergy.
So I like things with proximity,
synergy,
at least within.
Innovative.
Okay.
Hate those two words.
Says the same thing is true with your suit, and the same thing is true with your ship. He said also, when you find a new ship, make sure you compare and use triangle to transfer all of your loot before you buy it, or else you'll lose your loot.
Yep.
So transfer your loot before you buy it.
In ships. Yep. I bought a new
kind of
ship.
Interesting.
Bought a new ship. Upgraded my ship.
Nice.
I found a really cheap one, but it had a couple more slots, and then I found that new multi-tool that had more slots, and I bought it. But
cool.
I feel like I have lots of money. I don't know if I've just been mining lots of gold.
And you went Atlas?
I went Atlas.
Because X has said that he is like dying for money. Like he can't get money. Huh. And like he's mining the crap out of everything and struggling to find anything. And so maybe it's because you went Atlas.
Maybe. Because I felt, anything that I upload to the system, it's like, units received.
Because mine, I've found a couple of, like, rare things. Like, some things like a fascination pearl.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna trade.
But it takes a dang slot.
Yeah, it takes a slot, and I'm just like, oh. And that was my anxiety of like, oh my, we're going to have to
need this.
I'm going to need this sometime in the future. And then I finally got to a station and got to trade it, and it's like a bajillion. So it's like 20,000 units and something. And it's like, you're an entrepreneur now for that cute little trophy. And I'm just like, what student loans?
I know, right?
Making
Wouldn't that be
money.
great?
That's fun.
I'm
worried for Rachel and her completionisms.
We'll see. I just need to accept the fact that it's not.
You
it
won't
will
complete-
not be completed.
Because I was afraid of Bethesda games because I thought that I would never be able to complete them. But even those completable, but this is completely different. So
Maybe what's nice is that I felt like not quite too often, but often. Like I've probably had like 15 different times in an hour and a half where it's been like, achievement unlocked or whatever. Like you just walked this far, you just traded this many or whatever, and that feels like.
I think almost when I moved, I used to be an achievement hunter, an achievement whore. But once I got a PlayStation, they turned into trophies. I wasn't as it's not as satisfying as getting a trophy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why because like it's
a medal.
Like with Xbox, it's called a gamer score, and like you I don't know. The higher your score is, like
it's your rep, man.
I know. I don't know. You can tell a lot by someone's gamer tag and like what their score is, like who the for real gamers are. And like with trophies, I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like I saw how many trophies you had when I first added you as a friend. I was like, yes, 6 trophies. It was like it wasn't.
I have more than 6. I have more. I'm like a rank 12, man.
But it was just like. But that's like
We're
a
looking
low.
it up.
That's. But that's like a low number. Like that to me is a low number when gamer scores would hit like thousands, hundreds of thousands. So that was interesting to me. So I stopped chasing. I stopped being. I would never consider myself trophy hunter.
You're gonna be okay.
I just need to look into this game as an exploration and not a.
That's what finally.
The joy is in the journey.
That's what I finally realized. I watched because I was gonna get the pre-order and I realized I didn't love the pre-order offers that much. That I was like, yeah, okay, they're not selling me on the pre-order, so I'll wait for a couple, the one day. So I watched an interview. Guys at Mashable had played all weekend. And at the very end of their half-hour long, like, hey, we did this and we're doing that. And I thought, okay, I'm feeling like this could be kind of fun, spend my time worth my 60, because I never pay $60 for games.
Yeah.
I let Glenn do that.
Cute.
But I at the very end they said, you know what? I feel like this is a great game for when you want to just sit down and veg for a minute, just relax, because there's not so much stress. It's not button mashing. It's not so story driven that you have to like get through a chapter. It just is a get in there, chill for a minute, like Minecraft-ish. Go and grab your parts and pieces, hold on to them, and you know what? I'm gonna jump in and grab a bunch of plutonium, and that'll be my night. So that's why I finally caved and got in, because I was like, I could use one of those. I like that.
Sweet.
So that's what sold me. Hey, look, are we looking at trophies and levels?
Level
Nice.
12.
Level 12,
Dude, I think I might be a level 12.
867
the
trophies.
other thing that makes me butthurt about that is that my record is on my Xbox. That's that's like 6 years of my life. That's like that's a long time. Those are my BioShock games, those are my Assassin's Creed games, and then I jumped into PlayStation, and that unfortunately doesn't transfer. I had to start from scratch, and I'm like, I have a rep somewhere else. I promise.
I have a rep somewhere.
Don't trust this. So that's probably another reason why I stopped caring.
Yeah,
I get that.
Makes sense.
So I'm not proud of
I do
mine.
only have 1 platinum. That's kind of embarrassing.
I have 0 platinum.
Oh shush! I have 1 platinum.
Destiny is my only platinum.
Wow, that's impressive.
Mine was
surprising.
Walking Dead.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, once you complete a season, they give you platinum.
Well, okay,
I
fine.
completed that on my mobile, on a freaking phone. And so now, just for the platinum, I'm tempted to go back and just do it. I'm
like you
do
finish
it.
the story, you get a platinum. No, I found every freaking feather in Assassin's Creed.
I got dang close
is
to Assassin's Creed 2 platinum. I got like to, I think, 87 or 90%.
I just remember watching stupid YouTube tutorials, finding all the secret things
Tricky,
the whole world to get the stupid trophy.
I got to 50% on contrast.
Not bad. All right, any last thoughts on NMS? I can't wait to get back into it.
Buy it.
Yeah, it is good. Oh, somebody in chat did ask, like, is there any chance of running into each other? And we talked about that in the news. And while there could be and should be, Hello Games was kind of surprised to see that it happened today. 2 people were in the same place and couldn't see each other. And so there are developments that probably as they get in and fix things, patch things,
I don't think they'll
it
ever
may
be done
happen.
with this game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we'll see it. And I love to tell people about it. Like the last couple of days, I've been like, so there's this thing that's unique and new in the way that things are made, and so I like to see how this translates to other games in the future. How this type of generation of content transfers. So.
What I would love to see is for games to embrace this like randomly generated worlds idea that uses math instead of like pre-built
like maps. Right?
Maps. Yeah. Like the fact that it is a 6 gigabyte game is
music.
Amazing. Like it's a 6 freaking gig game. Destiny is
30 to 40.
40 to 55, 60 maybe.
Huge.
It's nuts.
That is a hard drive replacement right there.
Yeah, it is freaking crazy. And so the fact that they have a game with 18 quintillion stars and it's 6 gigs, I'm like, come on, guys. The rest of you guys can play catch up and get it together. Let's do this.
Together.
It's just funny.
But
go for it.
Go, no, it's you.
The guy at GameStop is like, do you understand how this game's created? He's like, it only takes up 4 gigs. I'm like, silence and sell me the game, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You had a Jeffrey Rage Against the Machine moment. You're like
mansplaining you.
Like, let me explain something to you, sir. I'm on a podcast. All right, I know everything.
Excuse me, no. Kingdom Hearts is mine. Like, oh, I love that game. I'm like, I'm sorry. I got these tattooed on my legs. Do not tell me you love this game.
I literally have this inked on my flesh.
That's awesome. Thanks. Bye. Goodbye.
That's funny.
Feel you, Jeff.
That's funny.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that had to put someone in their place this week. Anyway, this has been episode 106?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy crap, 106 of the LittleBigKast. Thank you for joining us today. If you were in the chat, we appreciate you being there. It looks like Laserbox, Winter Clown 19, Chimpoko Master was here, Freak Off a Leash. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us. To all of our Patreon subscribers and supporters, we love you. We appreciate you. We tip our hats to you.
You just paid our web hosting.
Yeah, you literally just kept the website alive.
Yes.
Keeping us alive.
So thank you so much for your support. If you are not currently a Patreon supporter but would like to be, you can go to patreon.com/LittleBigKast. And throw a couple bucks our way. If you don't, we're going to keep doing this anyway because that's what we do and we love it. And even if it makes us tired sometimes, we're happy to be here and hang out with each other.
Yeah.
So that's it. You can follow me. My name is Jeff Hawks. You can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Hawks. I really wish MRHOX was available on Twitter. Some nerd has it that has done like 11 posts in 2012. Frustrating.
Delete this account.
Right? I've actually sent him a message like, hey, can I have your tag, your username? And I got nothing back.
At this point, I'd send it right to Twitter. Just be like, listen, this guy hasn't used it. Let me
I should.
They'll give it to you.
I'm going to.
Maybe.
I'm going to. With me, as always, our own Dr. Robin Hazlett.
Yep, you can find me on PSN at Lil352. Usually I play with others, but hunt me down there.
Yeah.
Holler, and I am Pirate Rachel the 3 instead of an E on the word pirate. You can follow me on the Twitters, and yeah.
Was Pirate Rachel taken in like the username? Like,
you know what's
I freaking
funny?
love Pirate Rachel. I think that's so cool.
Funny. It's taken by me.
For real?
Yeah, I made the account when I was in like 7th grade, just because like, what's this Twitter thing? So I made the account and I took it, and then like 2 years later, I was like for real about it, and I was like, all right, let's make a Twitter account, and it's my old account that has
You sabotaged
I don't know.
yourself.
I don't know what AOL account email is linked to it.
On PSN too, like is.
Oh, I just don't give away my gender on.
I get that.
Yeah, console
I feel
games.
you.
That's all. Yeah, I learned that the hard way through Halo.
That totally makes sense, 100%. But
I usually pick like.
I do think Pirate Rachel is really cool, and I kind of wish you had it on PSN because it's pretty cool.
Maybe one day.
I like the 3 instead of the E. I like that you get to say that. I wish I could say it.
Mr. Hawks with the
I'm Marox.
Instead of an R.
Marox.
And I'm Drew. You can find me at night 20.
K.
I have nothing.
With a K instead of an N.
With a K instead of an N.
It's KN.
This has been episode 106. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Night.
Adios.
Bye.